Okay, students. Now, next similarities is in both we have used membership operator in and not in. There are membership operator. There are two membership operator. One is called in and another is called not in. So look at here. I'm going to explain that. I declare one tuple. In that tuple, I take 10, 20, 30, 40. And here I use 10 in T. Answer is true because 10 is in where it tell us whether 10 is in as a element in the list. Yes, it is an element. So it is giving result true. If I giving here 15 in T, it is given as false. If I take 10 not in T, it means 10 is not in the as a element in the T, but this is wrong. So that's why its answer is false. If I'm taking here 15 not in T, so I'm saying here 15 is not an item of T as an element in the T. Yes, it is answer is true. So in both case, we use membership operator in and not in. In both, we can use comparison operator. So this is important. Here, I take one list. I'm comparing one list. 1, 2, 3 is exactly equal to 1, 2, 3. It is giving us true. In the same way, if I take one tuple, 1, 2, 3, and after that I am comparing double equal to for comparison, I am taking here 1, 2, 3. Yes, both are equal. But if I taking here 1, 2, 3, and another side I take 10, 2, and 3 and comparing. So sorry, here I am using a single equal to sign. So the way is 1, 2, 3 double equal to, here I take 10, 2, and 3. Then we compare it giving us the false because both the tuples are not equal. This is same in the case of list we can also take. So next is similarity traversing. But traversing means navigating. It means going from one element to another element. For example, in the case of your uh, look at here. If I take here one list, in the case of list, we take 10, 20, 30, and 40. And we know that if I use 4 I in L and then print I, uh, okay, here because we have multiple statement, we will have to use the program. Suppose I take list, the values are 10, 20, 30, and 40. And after that, I use 4 I in L and print I. So if I run this program, so answer is 10, 20, 30, 40 on the screen. In case it is in the place of list, we make it as tuple. Even then, it is same. So there will be no any change. So 10, 20, 30. And in case we use range, in that case we will have to use index. Look at here. If I in range 4, it means loop will be executed from 0 to 3 4 times, and then we will have to display Li. So look at here, result is same. Now next is in the case of list, we discussed different methods or functions. We declare length function. It returns us number of elements in the list. We use list function to convert any sequence of elements in the list. For example, look at here. If I take here L is equal to list 10, 30, 40, then look at here list, then I take here in double quotes any value. So now this value, string value, it must have only one parameter, that is converted into the list. Look at here. In the same way, we have index method. It will return the index of a particular value in the list. Append method to adding one element. Extend method to add more than one element. Insert method to insert a particular element in a particular location. Pop method to delete the element index wise. Remove method to delete the data value wise. Clear method to delete all the elements. Then there is a count method to count number of occurrence of a element in the list. Reverse method to reverse the list. Sort method to ascending or in descending order sort the list. Sorted method to store the value in another list. Then sum, max and min function. Now Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
now tell me difference between sort and sorted method.
Then sort means कि list को sort करना and sorted means कि क्या कहते हैं उनकी next की means की next list में sorted करके data enter करना है means कि
Yes.
जैसे उनकी L है तो L फिर L फिर L उनकी
Yes.
next में वो करना.
Look at here. If I take here one list that is 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. If you use L dot sort, and remember one thing, it is in ascending order. If you want to do in descending order, reverse equal to true. Look at here. Changes are in this previous list, in existing list, that is L. But in case I take L1 is equal to, look at here, sorted with L, then I display L1. Look at here. So sorted always store the data in new list. So these are the different functions or method of a list. But in the case of tuple, we have very limited number of methods or functions. Length function, it will tell us number of elements in the tuple. Sum function, it will added all the elements of a tuple. Max, it will return the maximum element in the tuple. Min, it will return the minimum element in the list in the tuple. Index, it will tell us the index of a particular value in the list. Count function will count the occurrence of a particular value in the list. Sorted function, it is not a sort. Sorted function will sort the tuple and store in another tuple, because we can't change the value of a tuple. So that's why here is not a sort method is not here, sorted method is here. Then tuple method, that will convert any particular tuple, any particular sequence into tuple. Look at here. Here I have one list 11, 8, 6, 4, 3. I use here T is equal to tuple L. Now look at here, I display T. Now it is converted into tuple. So this is the differences and similarity between tuple and list. Now next is, that is important. We know that we can't change the value of element in the tuple. Suppose I type here tuple 0 is already it is 11. In place of 11, I'm changing it 21. There is an error. Now, this what will if I want to change the value of any element in the tuple, how I can change it? So there are two indirect methods, not a direct methods. So suppose I have one tuple and its value is 10, 20, 30. So suppose I want in the place of 10, 100, in place of 220, it is 200, in place of 30, I want to take 300. It means I am going to change the value of different elements in the tuple. So how it is possible? Because directly it is not possible, but indirectly this is possible. So how it is possible? Look at here. One is called tuple unpacking. This is called a tuple unpacking. So I am going to discuss one method that is called tuple unpacking. So look at here, we have three values. I declare three variables A, B, C equal to. Then I take here T. T is here tuple. So look at here, value of A, it is 10, value of B is 20, value of C is 30. Now I can change the value of these elements. Suppose A is equal to 100, B is equal to 200, C is equal to 300. So now I change the values, and now what you will do here, T is equal to, that is a tuple, is equal to A comma B comma C. So this is called unpacking. First we unpack the list stored in the different variables, and after that change in these variable values, and after that we again initialize the list with these variables. This is called unpacking. Avish, it is clear, bache?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next method. Next method is called constructed function. Constructor function. So this is a look at here. Again, we have one tuple 10, 20, 30. Now I declare one list L is equal to list T. So I have one list, and I know that in the list element I can change the value. I know that. So look at here. I change L0. I take here 10. Okay. Now even you can here suppose I take here 10 and L1 I am taking here 20 and L2 I am taking value 30. So in list all the values are changed. Now look at here. T is a tuple is equal to, now I take function tuple, I convert the list into tuple. Look at here 10. So indirectly this is possible. One is with the help of unpacking. Unpacking means open the tuple and store the element in different elements. But second is with the help of constructor function. In this, first we declare the tuple. After that, we take a list, and in that list we declare all the tuple elements, and after that we change the list, and after that all the element of the list is given to the tuple. So this is called with the help of constructor. So any doubt in this, you are free to put the question, beta. Raise your hands in case any doubt. Avi, it is okay. Now next is uh, we have already discussed in any tuple we can take any list as an element. Suppose I take one tuple. Here I take 1, 2, 3. Then in square bracket I take 4 and 5. Now we know that in the case of your list, I can change the element value. So if I declare here L3, I have 4 and 5. If I use here F3 and 0, we know that it will display 4. And if I use here T3 and 0, I know that it is a 4 and it is a list item. In place of 4, I take here 40. Look at here. I can change. I can change if any list is an element of any tuple. In that case, we can change. If I take here T0, it is 1. T0 is equal to 40. Error will be there. So this is the important concept. If any list is a part of tuple, is an element of tuple, we can change the value of that list. Okay, students, now I'm making one program, and you will tell the output of that program. Okay, students, what will be the output? Raise your hand. Bhavneet.
Sir, 10, 60, 80.
Okay, I'm running this program. Uh, here, there is an error. The reason is I will have to use here I, because we can't uh, because what will be received in Y, one element at a time will be received in i's. Sorry for that. I'm running this. 10, 60, 80. Look at here. Uh, in list, I have 11, 10. In a tuple, I have 11, 10, 51, 60, 78, 80. I declare one empty list. Then I check if I in T. First at I in I it will be 11, then 10, then 51, then 60, then 78, then 80. And if I then if I is 11, if it is divisible by 10 and modulus 0, it means it is divisible. So 11 is not divisible. Then 10. Next time it is in I it will be 10. It is divisible by 10. It is 10. So that's why it is added. The value is added in the list. So what we will add? I means 10. Next time 51. No any change. 60. Yes, it is divisible by 10. Then we will add it in the list. Then 78. Then 80, it is added. So in the list, there will be 10, 60, and 80. Remember one thing, we can't append a tuple, but we can append a list only. So this is the answer question. Next is okay, students. With this, all the concept of a tuple uh, I have already discussed. So one more thing, we have discussed there are three functions of tuple. One is max, min, and sum. Look at here. If I take one tuple, here is